past life energies. Now, we recognize that there are certain ones of you that don't necessarily believe in reincarnation, or that you have existed before, or that you will exist in the future. But we propose to you that you are pure consciousness manifested into this physical plane, or this earth plane. So we would say, welcome to this universe, welcome to Earth, welcome to your reality, whatever it is. Now, what if you exist by the things that you have been before, by the things you have experienced, and those experiences become memories, or become foundations for the things you will do. We propose to you that everything that you do is based upon some past experience, some memory, or some judgment, or some idea of what you think you should be in that situation, or things should be in that situation. So what we're speaking of is past life energies, and suggesting to you that past life experiences are still playing out in your life. Not necessarily those experiences, but how you feel about those experiences, how you have decided whether they're good or bad or indifferent. Those judgments, if you will, are still playing out in your reality. So we'll play with past life scenarios just a little, if we may. Suppose that you have been in a past life a warrior, or perhaps a slave. There is still something within that, some bit of determination to see everything as a challenge, to see everything as something to overcome or to conquer. So you have difficulty laying aside your sword, or taking the chains off your legs if you have been a slave, to allow yourself to have a bit of freedom to simply relax and enjoy life. And the reality is that all life intent is to come to this point of, we would say, calmness, of satisfaction, of not needing to be protective or proactive, or not needing to be defensive, not needing to feel like you're the victim of certain situations. But if you have been a warrior, then you most likely have been a slave in some other life. So you have this battle of emotions, or battles of reality, clashing with each other. And each time you go in, you don't necessarily remember what you have been, but you still have this attitude. So if you have been a warrior in one life, then you most likely will have been a warrior in another life, and perhaps you have been conquered and become a slave to some other society. So you live out a whole life as a slave, or you exit it. Now, past life energies, those are just two. Suppose you have been, shall we say, a jilted lover in a past life, then everything that you will perceive in this lifetime, you're going to take as a possible deterrent to reaching this love state, to allow yourself to relax. So every time you get involved with a relationship, you're certain it's going to end, you're certain something is going to happen. This one's going to walk away and leave you brokenhearted and jilted. It's almost a sure thing, because you have already preset that as your reality. You keep expecting it. And a strange thing happens when you expect it to happen. You begin to manifest things. You begin to do things that will encourage the other one to simply say that you're unreliable, that you're a little bit of a Looney Tune, if you will. And those things play out. Unconsciously, you have already decided that you are knowing this is going to end, so you do things to sabotage your relationship. Past life. But it comes forth. You don't necessarily remember that, but you have these emotions. You have this feeling that something is going to happen. Something about this is not going to work out, even though you would do your best to create that. But the thing is, the true you, or the true reality, comes through unless you can change that reality. Now, are past life energies changeable? Most certainly. After all, you are the creator. Moment by moment, you decide what is real. You decide how you wish to be, how you wish to feel. You make choices. You're not doomed to repeat whatever it is you have done before. You have only set those experiences up so that you can change it. We propose to you that karma does not exist unless you believe it. If you are certain that you are a creator of all of your experiences, all of your existence, then you simply change the scenario. You rewrite the script. You decide, this is what I wish to have happen. So if you find yourself in a situation where relationships are not quite working for you, then we suggest to you, what if? What if you could decide that this is going to work out? What if you could relax a little bit? What if you could trust? That change becomes nonverbal, becomes, we would say, more than body expressions. It is a thought process that goes out and meets with the other one, that you're having an attempt to have a relationship. If you can relax within that and allow this one to be as it is without trying to defend yourself or feel like you are inferior or superior, then it most likely will work out for you. But it takes an intent. You have to set the stage. You have to say, this is what I wish to have. This is how I wish to feel. This is what I wish to have happen. And it is not something that you push for. You simply do this interchange, and you allow it to become a reality. So, 2 past life energies we have played with. Now, what if you are one of these persons that feel like you are a victim every time you turn around, somebody is doing something to you? You're at a disadvantage, but you're sure that as soon as something happens that is favorable to you, the other shoe is going to drop, then the whole thing is going to go to hell in a handbasket. What if 80 to 90% of your experiences are brought forth on an unconscious level from past experiences? What if you keep playing that scenario out with the same reality, the same design, and you keep expecting it to change and it doesn't change? Then we propose to you that there is something wrong with your idea of what life is about. You have forgotten that you are a creator, that you manifest by your thoughts. And those thoughts go out and become things, become reality for you. Now, if you have been one that has been persecuted, or you feel like that in this lifetime, or if you feel like you're afraid to speak your piece, then we suggest to you that you may have been one of these, we would say, victims of the Crusades, or you have been one of these victims of witch hunts, of being persecuted simply because of the things that you believe, the things that you express, the things you have spoken out. But recognize you're in a different time and space. You have the ability to speak your piece. As long as you do not challenge someone else with bodily harm or something of this nature, then you most likely will find that you have the right to speak your piece. If you do not incite riots, if you do not encourage people to overthrow your government, then you can speak your piece, you can say what you wish to say and have some sense of security without that. Now, if you have had the type of life we have just suggested where you have been persecuted or prosecuted or done in, then this is a lifetime to simply allow you to step back and observe yourself. Notice the things that push your buttons. Ask yourself, what have you done to create that? But most of you, if you have been one of those, will have a tendency to still want to speak your piece or have this fear of speaking your piece. Either way, it is somewhat restricted energy that you need to come to terms with. So allow yourself to observe yourself. You do not have to do anything, but simply allow that there is experience going on and you have the ability to change that. So we want you to observe yourself and see if you can allow this person to be that way or that person to be that way so that you do not feel like a doormat. If things are happening to you and you feel like you're a victim, then recognize there's something about your energies, your beliefs, your reality that says that you are a victim. It happens over and over again. Now, we do not say that it can't just happen once and go away, but once or twice you can pretty much validate that it is just chance. But if it is something that is recurring again and again in your life, perhaps there's a bit of past life energy playing out that is there for you to look at and decide, can I change? We are Alexander.